Good morning and happy Remembrance Day. This Sunday, as we pray for peace and give thanks in our prayers for those who work for peace, we'll be reflecting again on loving our neighbor. Last Sunday at Memorial, you had a guest preacher, Ruth Ann Sigerson. I'm not quite sure what text she used, but if it was the lectionary, you would have heard Jesus' call to love the Lord your God with all your heart and to love your neighbor as yourself. My message today will repeat that command. We repeat it because it's so important and worth hearing 1,000 times over, especially on this Remembrance Sunday. Today we remember the consequences of not loving. When a society chooses to blame a minority, when we dehumanize our neighbor, when we demonize each other, great evil can happen. We give thanks for those who stood up against people like Hitler. We lament that any society could slip into such hatred so quickly, recognizing in that our own vulnerability to the same thing. We must love, intentionally choose to love, if we are ever to find peace. Before we continue, I just have one announcement I'd like to slip in. I'm looking for a bit of help. Nothing serious. This is something fun, I think. I have a personal goal of wanting to write more. I write sermons every week, but I want to write some other things just for fun. But I find it hard to actually sit down and do it. I was thinking, well, if only I knew someone who had a goal also to write, and then we could sit down together, maybe encourage each other. Oh, I wish I knew someone like that. And then I thought, maybe I already do know someone like that. So I'm putting it out to all the churches. Perhaps there's someone among us who would like to get together, either in person, we could do it by Zoom, and spend some time writing. And then I thought, well, writing isn't my only personal goal. I have a lot of goals I'd like some help with. I'd like to go on more nature walks, especially in the winter when it's hard but so important to get outside. I'd like to read the Bible more systematically from beginning to end, or maybe just read anything at all. I'd love help crafting sermons or doing some pastoral care activities. So I made a list of activities that I wanted to do more of and thought maybe there's some church friends who could help. Maybe you share one of those goals or similar ones. And if that's the case, reach out to me and let's make a point of encouraging one another. Now with that, let's prepare our hearts to worship.